face like this talking. I
Right.
say, ooh, can y'all back up, please? Then thank you so much.
All
Hey,
right.
hey, hey, how do it sound?
It
We
sounds
we just popping up on the screen. We are 8:30 ish. It's supposed to be 8ish, but we was testing the waters. So we are here. This is DJ Concrete and
sweet Mama G.
And Baldy.
yes
Mm-hmm.
indeed. So
Oh, Lord.
uh thank I want to thank everybody for the patience. I want to thank everybody for their patience and everything. And we're going to get this thing started. What's up, Tony? What's up, my brother-in-law? I love you.
Yeah,
What's up, Tony?
Um,
Tony.
yeah, me and Tony had a nice little talk the other day. It's actually
Mm.
pretty funny, but yeah. What do you mean?
Happy spouse, happy life.
And it was happy spouse, happy house. All right. And he
Mm.
said he says he's awake today
Oh,
because the other day he said he tried to stay awake for us and he went to sleep. Had to catch
yeah.
the rerun on there. You know what I'm saying? So this is the Monday Quickie. Shouts out to Pokey just popping up in the building.
Hey,
Good
Pokey.
evening.
Hey, what's up, Pokey?
And we got to see what juice Sweet Mama G got for us this week. I know she got something because I got something too. We want to add to it. All right. So
Oh, interesting comments, Tony. Yes, welcome, 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 welcome to another double dose of Relationship on Mondays Quickie. Thanks to our technical advisor, DJ Concrete. We always start off with our mental health check from 1 to 5, 5 being your most greatest,
mhm.
fantabulous, and to number one, where you need more self care. Make sure you go into the comment section and drop your numbers. How you feeling tonight? It is Monday, the beginning of some of our work week, and some people had the holiday off, whatever you want to call it, Columbus Day. Some of us say Indigenous Folk Day, such as myself. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Drop your numbers. First one, hey Concrete, what's up? What's your numbers, Daddy? Come on, cousin.
Oh, I'm on 5. I'm
Okay.
on 5 regardless.
Regardless of what?
Regardless of anything, I'm on 5.
Okay. All right. All right. Tony, you're a 5. Um, Simply 10. Come on, girl. Ease on up to
Hey,
that floor
Simply 10.
road. Go down that yellow brick road to the 5. Pokey's a 5. Thank you so much. All right, brother E. Come on down with all your teeth smiling at us.
Listen, I am a 5 all day. All day, every day. I'm a 5.
So how was y'all weekend? Some people had some good weekends, had things going on. What y'all had going on the
Good
weekend?
weekend and, fully blessed.
Anything we should know about? Anything happening? Anything popping?
Nope. Just
Okay.
relaxing, taking it easy.
I hear that. Any good foods? Anything you ate this weekend?
Sitting on chicken, shrimp, seafood,
No,
whatever.
that's the rich people like chicken, seafood, high these prices is. All right, concrete. You know, you such a social model, social media model, cousin Concrete. What you do this weekend?
I had to dig ditches this weekend, I
No,
mean, no.
absolutely not.
No, I actually stopped past have the privilege to stop past the uh annual polo ball. I know that sounds bougie, but it was like a network of something where we networked on some stuff to help towards their the show. Let's say with the RV with them staying in it, but it was definitely a high end shown off, polo ball, like for real, like at a mansion and big, when people actually doing polo. Now, of course, I was late and missed it, but we were there. And shouts out to Miguel Wilson. Y'all got to check him out. He's a fashion designer, sell to the celebrities. Check out his clothing where he has uh, a store in Phipps Plaza down here in Atlanta. He has a store in Miami, and he also has a store in National Harbor up there. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, check him out. Very dope clothing, black owned, and also shouts out to my brother Gary from Shooting Boston Photography. We will have him on the show coming up. He does some dope pictures. He also done the photography there. But that ball was definitely on point. I really wish I would have just said, "Hey, let's just go early," and you know me, I didn't. I'd be lagging. So anyway, that's what was going on this week.
So was it polo? Is it that you have on a polo shirt or the actual game of polo?
Nah, a polo shirt at this event, they'd have been dusting off their car wheels with. This was like real polo. I'm talking about like black. Well, it was black polo players,
Okay.
Mm.
horses, uh, mansions, just high end, stuff. But I usually keep myself away from that kind of stuff. But like I said, it was in conjunction of something networking with Miguel and my guy shooting Boston, and anyway, it was that. But it was man, it was absolutely beautiful. It was.
Okay. The weather was wonderful as well. So thank
Yes.
goodness.
Yeah, the weather was crazy. So so
Oh,
we got oh go ahead. I was gonna say brother-in-law Tony said he's on a 5. And then shouts out to Simply 10 and what she said, I'm still on leave. And hers was chill. So um
oh,
and put CP time to shame. Yes, we do. Thanks to
mm.
sweet
No, I was ready. 8 o'clock. Don't do it.
watermelons. I was eating
Hmm.
watermelon at the time. No, but go ahead.
Right. I was ready
No,
for
I
our
know you was
little
ready.
schedule amendment time for a couple of weeks.
Right.
All right. So let's get into it because remember, this is a quickie show and I feel like being quickie. Quick, quick, quick.
Okay.
All right. So the topic. So thank you for our guest on last Friday. Very interesting.
Chelsea.
No, she wasn't the interesting part. But thank you for those who called in. We had our seasoned folk who came through to give us a little word of wisdom. The seasoned folk at the end. We appreciate everyone that comes in and comments on our show. It's very interesting to see the different dynamics in certain age groups, different dynamics, the younger groups, certain dynamics. So thank you for those individuals who came in to give us some good information. I like that. I enjoyed learning for others. You know, that's how you build upon
Right.
yourself. So my short topic tonight is going to be intimacy. We've talked about intimacy, but I'm going to bring up a couple of different things that came up in some sessions that I've gone through. So I'm just going to read some things to you now. Forgive me because y'all know I ain't got my glasses on. So
Oh
let's
Lord.
begin.
Okay, hold up. Before you start, I'll go ahead. My bad. Shouts out to Jeanette Bashir for coming in. And let me do
Hey,
this.
Jeanette.
Shouts out to Chelsea for coming through last week.
Yes, indeed.
That was definitely a fun show. Shouts out to Big Sister Leslie. Shouts out to James. That was very interesting. The whole that whole thing. So, but we in Chelsea actually had some more stuff she wanted to get out, and we'll have her back on in a later show. So
Mhm.
it should be pretty cool. But go ahead.
Yep. Some seasoned folk. We like to hear some seasoning on
Right.
our relationship. So it's good to hear different perspective, different age groups, people who have different times, how long they've been married, and the different perspectives. So now we're going to talk about intimacy as we move to individuals, no matter what age you are, as adults. We're not talking about children. So this is an adult show. Intimacy. So I'm going to read a couple of things, and then we're going to get some comments from everybody. Make sure you put your comments in our section and Concrete and my assistant Baldy E because I'm on a different page, so I cannot see the comments. So, sex and intimacy is another issue that many couples struggle with. Partners may have different needs and desires around physical intimacy. One person may want sex more than the other, or may be more open to different kinds of sex, or having sex with more than one person, such as an open or polygamous relationship. Sometimes there are mismatches in comfort levels with public display of affection. One partner may or may not want to be physically affectionate in public, while the other does. And these preferences may change over time as the relationship progresses. ongoing honesty, sharing about your intimacy, needs, and preferences is a core part of keeping a relationship healthy. So, what do you guys think on that?
Intimacy is definitely needed in it. It's actually number one, to get the boat floating. You actually have to uh, be the person's friend. You have to be open to them as well as they being open to you, so they can hear you out. Um, I mean, have to be willing to work together, but on the same note, also know who's the leader in this relationship. I know you
So
ain't.
we got
Go
so
ahead.
we got to be lead now. So now we got to have the leadership role with the intimacy concrete. Dang, can we get something going? Why everything got to be the leader?
Simply because if you're on a motorcycle, what y'all gonna ride side by side?
Yeah, that's them little cart things. They be on the side. You know
Oh,
what
okay.
I'm
Yeah, I
talking
know what you're
about?
talking about. I know what you a sidecar. So, but y'all get mad when somebody call you a side chick.
Because I'm not a side chick if we in a relationship.
You in the sidecar
Mhm. If I'm riding the car, I'm on the other side of the car.
anyway. So the guy that's turning the throttle and shifting the gears, that's who leads the relationship.
Okay, so back up. Far as intimacy, he has to be the leader.
Yeah, why
Really?
not? Yes,
Oh, wait a minute. You don't want a woman who initiates intimacy?
yes, I do. But see, now you mixing that up.
I'm talking about
I'm
intimacy.
talking.
What you want?
Yeah, it has to be a leader. But I understand. Yes, of course, you like when your woman comes on to you. Of course, you like that and appreciate that. But I'm talking about the relationship, not the intimacy part, because
Got to get
either the man can
intimacy.
lead that, or the woman can lead that.
We talking about intimacy and sex. Did you hear
Okay.
that part?
But I was talking about relationship, which is you have to have intimacy in a relationship, right?
We talking about intimacy. We're gonna leave that later.
Okay.
Relationship data.
Okay.
We talking about getting your freak on. Cooch pockets and slong dongs. That's what we talking about.
Oh, okay.
So make sure you go in the comment section. What do you think, Baldy? Here we go.
I think I'm gonna agree with Simply 10. I mean, it
What she
all
said?
starts from communication.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think that definitely it is a two-way street. I mean, initiation can be from either side on physical intimacy. I would never deny a woman that's trying to be intimate with me and she's starting the intimacy. I'm okay with that, Or I can start it. I mean, either way. I mean, that's a two-way street as far as the physical piece of it. So, but I think
Have
it
you
all
ever?
does start from communication. Definitely.
Okay.
You have to
Have
know
you
your
ever
partner.
been? Have you ever been told by your partner you're not aggressive enough, or you wish you would step your starting the intimacy up?
Oh,
But you don't.
no.
They don't always want to be the initiator.
No. Sometimes you got to be a little bit more aggressive. You got to take charge. if,
Be careful.
if that's if that's something where they depends on what they like. I mean, it varies from woman to woman. I mean, one woman may say, "Hey, rip my clothes off," and you initiate it that way. Rip my clothes off.
But sometimes too, as we get older in our maturation level, we have hormonal changes. It depends on the situations.
Right.
With stories of people who don't always, especially with hormonal changes with women and men, you know, their balance of their business all leads to their feelings and things of that nature. Um, it just depends. Sometimes when, and I'm going to speak for myself, a man might have a low testosterone issue. Sometimes there can be issues. And sometimes if we're sensitive to the individual we're dealing with, you may not want to be aggressive because more aggressive or step up because they may feel inadequate if they can't rise to the occasion, and it's like a major disappointment sometimes. So sometimes trying to be
Amen.
sensitive to their nature rising sometimes can be an issue. In the self-esteem one, especially. I've been through that situation with an intimate partner, and it was a disaster.
But
What
what you
Um,
have
happened?
to do
What
is you
happened? What happened? Cuz
y'all nosy.
just tell us. I mean, since you
I
bringing
don't
it
hear
up,
nobody else volunteer story. Go in the comment. They never volunteer
Who
no
the
stories. They
comments
want to
ask?
hear about my cooch pocket all the time. They want to hear about my cooch pocketbook all the time. They gonna start throwing some money in this cooch pocketbook. Where my bag at? Cause y'all
I
nosy.
mean,
yeah,
I'm gonna
tell
say
us.
this. I'm gonna say this. Again, it has to do with communication. It has to do with on the physical sense, it has to do with communication. It has to do with diet, exercise. I mean, if you got a guy that he does none of those things, he just eating chicken wings all day, or a bucket of chicken a day, fried
Yes.
chicken all day,
Yes.
either drinking beer, drinking alcohol all day. I mean, what's the expectation?
Y'all nosy.
I mean, what's the
Y'all guess nosy
expectation?
too. So our phone number is 470-493-9928. You can call us about your slongity dong or your cooch pocket stories. Stay out of mine. No, just
No, we want to hear.
I ain't
We
telling y'all
want to
all
hear
of it.
about sweet Mama
No.
Jizzle.
You know what? I need to start getting paid for these sessions here.
Go
No,
ahead.
just so unbeknownst to me, I didn't know he had testosterone issues, ongoing issues for a very long time. He does have other medical conditions such as diabetes, high blood pressure. He does eat horribly, and alcohol. Alcohol, no substance
There we
other than
go.
alcohol as the substance. And it does affect, affect him, and I would feel sensitive because I knew he was having these issues. I didn't want to be sweet mommerish on him because I know me, and
How are you, sweet mama? How are
Yeah, I
you?
mean, what were you going? You. Let us know about you.
no, y'all nosy again. Y'all going to pay me a salary on TV1 network. No, but I'm a person that's sensitive and I observe people. So when you in certain factors, you want to be sensitive to your partner's needs. Trying to sometimes you have to put your own needs on back burner so you won't feel, but then it's an inadequacy that goes along with that. So
I
you
don't know
feel
about that now. I don't know. I think
sometimes,
that it's about
but it
teamwork.
does. Well, it depends on the nature of your relationship. If it's just your intimate partner versus your spouse, yes, communication, and that person try to communicate that issue with me, and I'm sensitive, but I'm not gonna die and kill myself. But you do have to be open and sensitive, but yet communicate that because you don't want to do too much and take all these little chemicals, and then I put the sweet coons pocket on you and you have a heart attack, and then we got to call 911. And then
You
the
know
law
what?
gonna come get me.
Let me ask you this, sweet
Yes,
mama.
sir.
Did the gentleman have this talk with you, and did y'all communicate about it?
No, not at first.
Okay, so uh, were you disappointed at first, or what was going on?
So it was a continuous struggle dealing with the person, but because I like the person, I try to work with him. Being a human service individual that I am, just trying to be sensitive and just But they went and got the. Is
I
that
have
the
a
church
question.
thing?
Huh?
I have a question. Sorry to
Huh?
interrupt, but I have a question.
Oh, go
Did
ahead.
you ever time to put the bucket of chicken down or put the bed down? Or did you ever say, hey, can you put that bucket of chicken down? Maybe we do a fruit salad or some celery sticks, carrots, some
So
salmon. Some
after
salmon. Salmon is
long,
good.
when you've done years of damaging your body and hormones on either side, it's hard to recoup when you're 50 plus, not even 40
Amen.
plus. When you've gone so many years with drinking alcohol and or drugs, bad food choices, not getting enough sleep, inactivity, those things become settling into a person who they are. And another thing with a lot of people, because of time, space, and energy, because they're homebodies and they're sitting around, they decide to jerk off or watch pornography, whatever you want to call it. So over assessing themselves on their own personal intimacy can also ruin and desensitize them once they get a live body in motion. So it just depend on the person, especially if you already know you have medical conditions and you don't exercise, you still eat the wrong foods and alcohol. You're using alcohol, and the levels of your stimulus go down. So it's just a lot of things, a myriad of things we have to deal with, especially not saying the younger generation, but also in the older generations. It becomes difficult because it's not just one person. When you hear conversations, you hear, because I counsel, and you hear men talk about the intimacy issue, and they're using drugs, they buying these little blue pills, they're going to the doctor, but they don't go and stop some of the things that harm their natural flow of their body to be intimate. Nosies.
That's sad.
So
Very
did you
sad.
hang in there with him, Cuzzy?
I'm single.
Okay, so that explains it. Okay, all right. So so
So you
No,
anyway,
dropped him? You dropped him?
I'm single.
So you dropped him. Okay.
I'm single.
well, all that does have either it can either be a positive reaction
Hmm.
or negative reaction. Yes, diet is definitely a big part of it. Also, exercise, of course, and then
Hmm.
your mental has to be right as well.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And then a lot of times too, alcohol will kill it. Alcohol will kill it. So, I mean,
Hmm.
some of these, when it comes to man or woman, say for instance, like a woman. Well, let's say like a woman. You have some guys, guys will be quick to be like, man, I'll sling and I'll do this, girl. Whoop, 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 right? Well, first of all, y'all have like there's dead giveaways that y'all can go by. If he has a pot belly, I'm talking about like one of them bellies that stick out, he ain't smashing nothing. You put it like this, he ain't getting busy on nothing. You know what I'm saying? Um, Diabetes, nothing. Um, if he has his mind, you see what I'm saying? If you have a guy that's not at peace in his mind, he's not going to be out there. His mind ain't going to be right by trying to please you. You see what I'm saying? Because your mind has to be in the right place. Even if he's a stressed person, it ain't gonna be right. So anyway, and then his lifestyle, just his lifestyle period. Like, what does he like to do? If it's one of them guys, involving himself in like clubs, uh, just crazy stuff. It ain't gonna be right because the mind and body is just not there.
Pool
And then
parties, man.
yeah, all that stuff is just too much. So, and then when you get a certain age too, I mean, it may sound like a joke, but for men, their stuff shrink. Yeah, it literally shrinks, and there are things that you can help with that. But I mean, a dude he can be half 100. Come on, shoot, I'm still laying it down, not knowing that literally it shrinks and not knowing what to do. So it's a lot to that. And now when you have a female that's out there wilding, she drinking, she clubbing and everything, that would never be my taste. Never. And it never was. But I wouldn't want no female like that. She out there in them streets and she talking about she slinging this and all this, coonch pockets and all that old stuff. No. Coonch pockets probably smell like dead frogs on the rock. You know what I mean? No. So anyway, um I'm just not into that. I got so peaceful in life, and even when you try to be peaceful, things ain't peaceful sometimes. So, but anyway, relationships and intimacy, yes, is all needed. But sometimes like me, let me just get off of me for a second. But go ahead, cousin.
Well, let me understand this. How you know about shrinkage? Because I'm interested. Did you find shrinkage
Because
at your almost 50 year of age, half century?
well, I really couldn't tell because I was always past the ruler.
So how you know about male penis shrinkage?
Because first of all, when you get older, and if you're less active, your veins shrink, less blood flow. So that's exactly what Viagra does to you. What happens is that um, it rushes the blood where men want it to be at that time, right? But in reality, you want your blood to be flowing all the time. You see what I'm saying? And even like Pokey said here too, steroids. And you had this conversation with me before, cuz when you were talking about these dudes in the gym trying to act all buff, and then when they get in the bed, it be little because that stuff actually shrinks it. Steroids shrink. Even lifting actually sometimes shrinks. So they have it's called the Graves. I'll tell y'all in a second, and y'all men going to want to listen to this. What I'm telling y'all, but it's expensive, but it will get your blood flow back to where it need. But if you stay active, still that'll help your blood flow throughout your body, but not there. You really have to have things in point because I'm just trying to tell you what I know, and me as a man, I know, and yeah, when stuff slow down, if you don't lose it, I'm sorry, if you don't use it, you lose it. Muscle and that blood flow. Yeah, shrinkage for real.
Hmm. Okay. Thank you for a concrete educational moment. Do you have any comments, Baldy, before we move on, darlings?
No, I mean, I mean, I think definitely that diet has a lot to do with it. I think activity does have something to do with it, definitely. And I agree with Concrete with the mental. If you mess with a man that he's super insecure and he's not secure with his life, his career, he thinks that he's less of a man because he doesn't make as much money as Sweet Mama or,
Dang, boy, ain't got no
whatever.
moments. I ain't got but $2.
But if he feels like Sweet Mama is too much of a beautiful woman for him or anything like that, I mean, he might feel insecure. So that might turn him to that bucket of chicken. Or that might turn him to that bill, that
Oh, now I'm
alcohol.
starting. I'm about people addiction. They got to go hit the chicken hard. Get out of here. No, that's your own self esteem. You need to get your life together.
No, but
Um,
some people, no, some people
well,
feel like that. They might feel like,
sound,
hey, she's too much for me. I can't
nah.
handle it. I
Well,
need
keep
that
it moving.
bucket. I need that bucket of chicken to talk to. I mean, hey, it's comforting.
So is liquor and so is their wallet, but we're gonna keep that moving. So it's also important to remember the most important things in a sexual relationship. So we want to have
Communication, definitely.
communication, saying yes to sex more than one times. How much is not enough sex per week, Baldy? Since you young hot and
We're not
single.
doing one time is way too little a week. We need multiple times per week.
How many? Give us a number. You give me 5, 25,
I
35.
mean, I at least like a quickie before work, and then two more additional times during the day. Maybe get home and then one more time. Well, get home, take a shower or whatever, and then one more time before you go to bed.
So in between, you must ain't got nothing else to do. So you talking about 15 times because if you talk about five
No, no,
days a week
no.
times 3, 15 times. What about the weekend? So you ain't gonna burn out.
I don't think so. I don't think you burn out like that. I mean, I don't think so. I mean, when I say burn out, I mean like, what's a burnout? I mean, you're stopping in between to eat. I mean, you're stopping in between the talk. I mean,
So,
what's
can some of
burnout?
you all go in the comment and let us know what's a good number for you for from Sunday to Sunday, 7 days a week? What's a good number for you? Concrete, have you, do you have any specific numbers, good or bad, indifferent?
The numbers of what? Because I was trying to. I don't know why it's not on my head, but I'm trying to find so I can tell the fellas what that is. It's called Graves something. But anyway,
So, intimacy is one time enough a week, two
no,
times a week.
no, probably once a day during the week, or the minimum 3 times. Um,
3 times a day or 3 times a week?
at least a week. Yes, that's minimum.
3 times a week.
Yeah, at
So, we
least.
went
My,
from
my,
three
but my thing
times
is
from
this:
concrete to E. How many times is that, y'all? Seven
it's a
times, three,
good
two,
time.
one.
It's a good thing to have a quickie before work. Quickie before work. One time when you get home from work and y'all just relaxing, maybe like after dinner or something like that. After everybody done settled down and did their thing out here. Hey, listen, I'm okay with that though. I'm okay with what Pokey said. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I mean, what's
Right.
wrong with that? What's wrong with being intimate with your partner?
Right. And shouts out to Miss Wendy. We forgot to shout out.
Hey,
And
Miss
if there's
Wendy.
yeah, if
Miss
there's anybody
Wendy.
else that's not commenting, make sure y'all comment so we can shout y'all out
But I
in
think
this.
it's a positive thing. I mean, you enjoy your mate. I mean, I've had partners in the past where they like quickies in the morning before work. It keeps them, going during the day.
Do you think a
Nothing
person will
wrong with
burn
that.
out or get tired of that person's?
No, you switch it up. I mean, you're not going to do the same thing, same position every single time. I mean, switch it up, be intimate. Another way in the kitchen, in the bathroom. I mean, hey, take a shower together. I mean, come on. I mean,
Oh,
like we're not 16, 17 years old where we don't have homes and we don't have other options of places. We're not sneaking around the house just saying, oh, just stay in this room. Once the
you
kids
got
go to
some people,
school,
but you got some people only go to the bedroom, only have bedroom sex.
nah, the sofa, the floor, I mean, get a couple
She
carpet burns on your leg. I mean, listen,
can't get her knees up off the floor. I mean, what we doing?
hey, the side of the sofa arm, I mean.
I ain't come to eat or sit in your house. I'm good. I'm good.
I
Ew. I'm
mean,
like,
and
ew, what's
what's that?
we had Simply Ten Art said sexercise, and that's a real thing actually. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
remember Christy? I forgot whatever her name was on I think it was Cheers or one of them shows like that.
Three's
That's
Company.
actually no, it wasn't that. When it was the one I forgot her name, Kirsty Allen or something like that. Anyway,
Kirstie Alley.
yeah, that's
Cheers.
how she
Mhm.
lost weight. She had a big weight loss, and that's how she lost weight.
From
That's a real
what?
story.
Yeah, I need to look that
Sexercise.
up.
Exercise.
Yeah.
Listen, oh, for all y'all that's doing this gastric sleeve and gastric back, well, then you gotta get a partner who yang work. A lot of these partners in our age group, yang ain't working. So, you're gonna have to get you either tenderonis or get your whole lot of equipment. We had the video with the drone. Remember the drone that was going inside the leg? So maybe I don't know.
Right.
Well,
Because
Like
I
I
don't
agree
think
with
a lot
Brother
of
Mo. I
men
mean,
can withstand that type of 21 times in one week. I had a guy, he 50 because he said, I said, oh, how many times a week do you prefer? And I said, he was like one. I said, one what? Like a day? He was like, no, once a week. And I'm like, well, what's wrong with you? He
like
just like,
mm,
whatever.
one a day would be weird. I mean, one a week
No,
would be
one a week.
weird. That would be weird. That would be so kind of like, well, I must only see that person once a week. I mean,
well, the
I
thing
must
is,
only.
one a week, you well on your way out.
Right.
You see what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Because you down to one,
It's
but
over.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
somebody doing something else with somebody else. I mean,
yeah.
you gotta be.
So my thing is, yeah, no, I at my age, that is important in a relationship. It is.
I'm gonna say this. Like I've been late for work before because of doing that. My quickie turns into yo, we just getting it.
Right.
And I think that's the thing. I mean, you can say it's gonna be a quickie, but it turns into a full fledged
What is up,
a full fledged activity. I
Right.
mean,
Mm-mm.
then you start setting your alarm for early in the morning to get it in before work. You be like, hold up. If we both gotta get up at 5 to start preparing for work, we need to get up about 3 and then start doing what we need to do or whatever to get it
Now,
in.
what I was trying to tell the fellas is called gains wave. That's the
Games
procedure.
like
Yeah. And in order for it to really work, you got to get 12 sessions. Very expensive, but it
But
works.
that's another thing, concrete. A lot of
Mhm.
people are not going to put out money for testosterone shots. What it was like 350. This other product or whatever it is you're talking about, more money. They're not going to do that. They'll
oh
buy a
wow,
shot, but they're
it's
not going
like
to
five
do
hundred
anything else.
dollars.
That's a
It's
lot
like
of money.
500. Yeah.
Yeah, for probably it might be five. It depends. It might be $500 for like one visit,
See, that's
Right.
the
but
thing. A
but you
lot of
gotta
Cause
get
I
people
just
12
looked it
visits.
up.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah,
people are
Yeah.
not going to pay the money, nor they may, or also they could feel embarrassed about going to doctor sessions in reference to, their penal health or their sexual health. And a lot of times too, it could just be they need, sexual counseling. There's
But
such thing called sexual counseling to stimulate their mind of
yeah. That's
blockage for performance.
but
right.
I'm gonna say this.
Go ahead.
Okay. So you have a thing. So think of it like this. You saying they're embarrassed to go get help about having ED or whatever, right?
Mhm,
We embarrassed about going to get a physical. We embarrassed
mhm.
about going to the dentist. I mean, how? I mean, oh God! Like, when you gonna stop being embarrassed and handle your business as a man or a woman?
Right. Right. See, I ain't about to be embarrassed. I go tell it on the mountain, especially if it's helping the brothers out there and myself. I'm not worrying about that. I got to live my life. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? And that's one of the greatest things in my life that I enjoy. So I'm not about to you know what I'm saying, like deprive myself and then just not and be halfway. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, that see the problem is you do have dudes out here, they be talking about I'm slamming this and doing this, ain't doing nothing. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, but and then a lot of times, and now don't y'all get me wrong too. Like when I'm telling y'all about the gains wave procedure, it doesn't make it bigger. It just puts the blood flow back into the area where it needs to be, and then it'll be back when you was 20 or 30.
No,
You see
but
what I'm saying?
type that out. Text me that information. I can get it to the post.
So, and brother-in-law Tony said, wait, one a week does not mean something else going on. Please don't say that, people watching. I wasn't
The
saying,
streets is
yeah,
watching.
we don't want to get Tony in trouble in here. I'm just saying,
Well,
you
no,
know
we
what I
ain't
mean?
saying that. But
So,
if people may want it more, definitely, and they don't have time. Everybody has a different type of schedule out here,
Mhm.
and
right,
sometimes you don't have time.
right.
But I guess Tony, I think the way Sweet Mama was saying once a week, she met a guy, and the guy was saying that's all he wanted was once a week. He was okay with once a week. Which you would think he would say, "Oh man, I want as much as I can get it," but he kind of like, "Oh, once a
but
week."
but but too, like I said, a lot of times with those scenarios, they do have other things going, stress of issues he going on with his child's mother. The child was an adult, but the kid was acting up in school, so a lot of stuff takes away from them wanting to be intimate. They trying to hold you in place, but then they have so many other things going on in their life that they can't fully attend to all the sugar pie-ness of sugar laying the ride on the big ride. So, it's a lot. It's a lot. You gotta be
Oh, I
prepared to
tell you.
ride on the big ride. You can't just, ride on the kitty one. This the roller coaster, this the big one. You gotta be prepared. And that means mentally, a lot of people aren't prepared because they got so much going on financially, because you don't know. And a lot of people, no matter how much you say about communication, a lot of people do not tell 100% of what's going on with them. They do not. I don't give a hoot nanny what's going on. They are not. They're not.
Right.
And
No,
I
they
think we could
halfway.
be. I don't even think it's half. I think it's just teensy little bit.
Hmm.
So,
I agree.
and and like I tell them, it's just not that do phone sex. You don't have time, you can't come up, whatever, how your arrangement is, do phone sex. Send me a nice clip or a nice little picture. Send me a clip of a nice scene from one of the sites. Let's talk about it. So it's other ways that you can be interested. You can't necessarily be in person. COVID was a long listen. There was a long hiatus for a lot of people out here, so you had to get in tune. I wish I had invested some of those, sites with all these little vibrating little things. I, went to CVS and saw they got vibration things in the CVS. I'm like, they sell that in the store. All I came to get was some laundry detergent. I didn't know they had all the good stuff on the
Pick up
shelf.
your medicine in a toy.
Yeah, but the funny part about it might be only one on the shelf. Like they need to get back in stock. I said, wow, you pick up your vibration massager and your medication. So I'm like, wow, that's a lot going
People
on.
busy. They busy.
And they talk
Hey,
about those penis pumps and things like that too.
Walmart always want to be in the now. You know what I'm saying? It's the Walmart effect. They gotta sell everything. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But
It's a lot.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Now it was another topic that I wanted to bring up, but you know what? We're flowing with this, and this is a quickie show because the other topic actually is going to take a show. So I'm
Okay.
going to put that for Friday.
Okay.
We're going to do that,
Can you text it
and
to me before you forget? Because I'm
I can,
elderly. Thank you.
I can do
That
that.
and the little thing for the men so I can give some of my little clients and folk that information about that little.
Well, I tell you, cause he's
You
trying to
never know
build a
who.
man.
Well,
Nobody. No, I ain't building nobody. I'm single. You never know who you
I
can
said
bless.
build a man. Yeah, that's true.
are
That's
they
true.
gonna
And
be able
then,
to afford it?
yeah,
They gonna
yeah.
be able to afford
I don't care. It ain't
$5 a
coming out my
session?
coon's pocket nor my pocketbook. So that's on them.
Dang.
If they don't have Christmas time, if they don't want some jingle their bells, then they better get out of my face. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm trying to help them jingle their bells for the holidays. So the gift they keep on giving. If that place is it like a place you go to, Concrete?
Well, yeah, they
Yes.
have places you go to, but you can also buy your own, but they a few $1,000s depending on what you get.
So the holiday
It seems
times are
like they
coming,
do
y'all.
like shockwaves or something like that, like
Yeah,
sound waves or
it's
something.
waves, and
Yeah.
basically what it is, it's shock waves, but it's opening up your vessels
Right.
right there in that area. Go ahead.
So what
And
type of equipment they putting it directly on the penis
yes,
in the shaft? Okay, it's like radioactive waves.
yes, and
Please
not
don't say
basically
radioactive.
right.
But it is.
Basically,
like
because
it's toxic. Yeah.
plaque builds up in there.
And your
Mm-hmm.
arteries. Yeah.
Yes. So what happens is that it vibrates it loose. And then it breaks away, and then it opens the blood vessels back up.
So they know it's working when they see the penis jumping. Is it like an immediate effect? Okay.
Oh.
So I had no because I've had the radioactive waves on my sciatic nerve, and they put the patches on your back and
It can
it
work like that.
stimulates. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So instead of my sciatic nerve, it would go on a man's love handle. So good
Right.
luck with the So it's actually resuscitation, like they would do them flat lines, resuscitation of
Right.
your
And
penile
see
organs.
that's the sad part about a lot of guys. You know what I'm saying? Like they have their chest too puffed out to admit certain things. Or I
Mm-hmm.
mean, me,
Absolutely.
like I told you, I don't care what nobody say about me. I don't. I really don't. I like to take care of me. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because you join on me every week, cuz I'll be like, okay, whatever. You know
But
what
you
I'm
gotta do
saying?
Oh
what you
no.
gotta do what's best for you. Like
For
you
Yeah,
gotta
health
you
do what's
do.
best
wise.
for you. Right.
And
Right.
I think health wise, I think a lot of people aren't conscious of that. A lot of people are underinsured.
Hmm.
A lot of people don't think they should have health insurance. And just to be personal, we had a long talk with my son for a very long time about health, even though he's a younger man. We just saw in the news, Nene Leak's son had some health issues. So you don't have to be
Hmm.
a 40 plus or 50 plus year old person. It starts from day one, teaching proper health. And like schools even have the dental hygienists come and clean the teeth. because they know that's one thing that parents do lack. They will get their eyes examined, but they do not take them to have their teeth cleaned. Remember, your teeth is a connection to your health, and
Yeah,
teach
because
them good
that
hygiene.
same plaque that
Right.
forms on the teeth is the same plaque that
Hmm.
will flow through your arteries and your
Hmm.
blood vessels to hit
Right.
your heart. And that's what gives people heart attacks and everything else, give them bad heart health. So, same
But
thing.
people don't stop smoking cigarettes.
Mm-mm.
People don't stop. People be like,
Nah,
"Hey, I'm gonna smoke these cigs real quick."
right.
But
I
I,
don't
I
then
even,
see. I see more people smoking weed now than cigarettes. To be honest with you,
yeah, I
I
that's
see
coming
mean,
from
both.
being a
I see
substance
both.
abuse counselor.
yeah,
I
but
see
you
stress.
inhaling, either way, you inhaling smoke in your body that doesn't
Oh,
supposed to be there. You see
hmm.
what I'm
Right.
saying? So,
Right.
I don't want no problems with none of them. I don't want to even be around somebody when they smoking. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like they can smoke and they can get on my skin, and I felt like I was smoking. That's how much I don't smoke. You see what I'm saying?
I used
So,
to hang out, not hang like that. Went to the cigar bar a couple of times,
mhm.
and even if I don't indulge, I'm sitting there. That stuff stay in your hair
Oh yeah,
for a long time, your clothes and your lungs.
It's
'Cause I had
skin.
oh my
Yeah.
gosh, it's harsh because there's so many different flavors and chemicals. It's cute to take a picture, but the after effects and everything you gotta go through to get that smell is
yeah,
tremendous. And that's a lot of people indulging in drinking and smoking cigars all the time. Football season,
right.
football season, even though it's cuffing season, men are interested in football, chicken wings, going to the bar and hanging out and drinking, more drinking. Now you see the holiday time, more drinking. The subside, either they're not in good relationships, they're not in a relationship, or they're dealing with their own personal issues and concerns. So this winter time, when people are more isolated, that's why people gain a lot of weight, inactivity. They're in a home. A lot of people on vacation from whatever their job is, drinking the eggnog, spiked eggnog. So that's when now you see a lot of intimate partner violence, like October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, abusive intimate partner um, abuse month, because it's getting towards the holidays. You start seeing people more depressed.
Hmm.
So we just have to be conscious of, you see, you have a friend, just talk about, hey, maybe you need to talk to somebody. Maybe, find a phone number, inbox any of us. We can send you the information, or I can send them the information. If you inbox us on Instagram, most of us, yeah, all three of us are on Instagram for the information to assist with national numbers or local, depending on where you are. So, just be aware that intimacy, but intimacy start with yourself. I had another conversation with a young lady said she does not masturbate, which is fine for whatever reason, but it's getting to know yourself. And I said, how do you know? How do you feel? It could be a lump. It could be anything if you don't touch pride parts. Like they tell you to a woman to watch your hands and massage your breast to make sure it's no lumps. Oh, I don't want to touch on my breast like that. Okay, so if you have a lump, I'm not coming to the funeral. Something happened because you were ignorant. So it's getting to know your body. Don't talk about anybody else's body unless you are not doing the same for yourself and being healthy. So we want to thank you all so much, all of our guests. Thank you, Wendy Smith, Pokey, Simply 10, brother-in-law Tony. Yeah, so thank you all for coming in. Thank you, Baldy, and thank you, DJ Concrete, for your input. And Jeanette, I think it's Jeanette. Jeanette, I think I said Wendy. So just want to make sure we shout out our guests. Thank you all for coming in. We are wrapping up our quickie session, just like your morning quickie should be, with your intimate partner, whoever that should be, or yourself. Always self is always a good intimate partner as well. Thank you.
Amen.
Buenas noches, Monica. Thank you so much for coming in, sneaking in, and show us
Buenas
love.
noches.
Yeah, yeah, all that buenas noches, Poppy. So thank you
Mm.
all for coming in. Please check us out on this Friday. So we have only 4 days away that y'all can see our lovely faces again. Make sure you come in for Street Tactics Radio on Friday for the Brutally Honest Rap Show at 8:30 ish. And following that, our relationship show at 9:30 tambourine 10 o'clock ish. So hopefully during this time, our technical advisor can get our videos up. Looking forward to seeing you all. Okay, Simply 10. Well, thank you. We'll get you next time, darling.
Hold on.
But good night
Let's
to
see
you.
what that was.
I'm sorry. Wait, hold on, Simply
Yeah,
Tune.
what was the earlier?
Give the meat
I'm
superpowers of that one. Cuffing season. She trying to cuff you out, Baldy. Which one? Is it the meat?
hold on. Hold on. Let's scrolling back. Make
I give
time for what you want. Hold on.
If you can,
Going back.
yeah,
can't see.
if you can, what you call it, copy and paste it.
Buddy, how are you gonna do it that much when you said you can spend 24 hours with a person? No, I said I can't give somebody 24 hours if they're not here. Before work, right when you get home from work, after you eat dinner,
Good Lord. We y'all washing
then
dishes and clothes and
what are you talking about?
oh, that's
I
right.
mean,
She don't
no.
work and she home doing the duties. Go ahead.
No, what you do is you put the clothes on. You go ahead and do what you need to do. We can wash dishes before, after, and then one time in the middle of the night, then a quickie in the morning.
So all the
Simple.
sexing going on, you tag going to work because basically that's what it is.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. You go to work
Okay.
happy though.
Not necessarily.
I've been there before.
That might be you. Now everybody's happy. Thank you so much. So
Amen.
thank you so much for coming in. Concrete is going to give us that information that we asked for. Thank you so much for text messages. If you have someone that needs that information, please hit us up on Instagram. We will inbox you that information to help a friend or a loved one get it on and get it together. So thank you so much for coming in. Check us out on Friday, again, 8:30-ish Eastern Standard Time for the Brutally Honest Rap Show. And then our relationship show at 9:30-ish. Go on to Street Tactics Radio on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe and send a friend to subscribe and send another friend, so we can boost our ratings up so we have more friends to come on and give us some good
Let's keep it
information.
going.
Let's keep it
Right.
going. Make sure you also hit the notification bell so when we come on, you can come on so we can all come together.
Amen.
Amen.
All right, last one.
Have a good
This
night,
is Miss
everyone.
Wendy.
Oh,
If you do it right, ain't nobody got strength for work after that.
Thank you so much, Miss Wendy. Thank you. That's what I was trying to allude to. See, these
hey, listen.
whippersnappers don't know what I'm talking about. Tired to go back to sleep. But thank you so much for coming in. Check out our next relationship topic and our music on Fridays with DJ Concrete, our technical advisor and CEO of Street Tactic Radio that I still do not know. And Baldy E, our residents, young Thundercat, Beard, and Baldy, and of course, Sweet Mama G in her coons pocket. So have a good one. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, y'all.